Welcome back to UrbanX TV. I'm Malcolm. I'm here with my guy, ModdaGod.
I'm OD in the building. What's up,
bro?
Yeah.
So before we get started, I want to remind everybody to subscribe, hit the little bell button down below so you can stay up to date with what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's UrbanX. We're trying to highlight young, hungry entrepreneurs in every field and what they're doing. And we got another one for you. So let's get started. So my man ModdaGod, what's good, bro? We're doing this again. What's good, right?
It's been a while.
It's been a minute since I saw you.
Word.
And since I saw you, you've grown your audience to amazing numbers, and it's really dope because you're able to push your music, what you've been doing, out to way more people, and it's real dope to see. So like, you got your new project out, Free Forever. Forever free.
Forever free. Yeah.
Forever free.
Forever free.
Hashtag forever free.
Yeah.
I want you to tell, you know, our audience about it, for our audience who might not know you. So I want you to tell the people who you are and about your project.
Alright, so basically I'm ModdaGod. Where should I start? About the project?
Start from your upbringing and what brought you to this project. Everything that led up to this. Because this is your third project, and for me, listening to everyone coming up, you can see the growth. I want everybody to learn about you and how it came to be.
Okay, so basically, I can start the story here. So basically, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, I decided to drop out of college, right? Because I just didn't feel like I was learning anything there that was towards the lifestyle that I was trying to live. So when I made that decision, I jumped into the music full time, and it was, the first two projects were like a happier time for me in a way, like because at least like I had a job and my pockets were good, so everything was like good in order for me to put out and have money to go to the studio and do things like that. So with the third project, it was like really comes off like frustration, because like for like the last year, like I've been not really able to keep a job, not really working, not really having no money. So my money would go all to essentials, bills, because I didn't have no excess cash to go to the studio and play that game with. So after everything in YouTube finally started working, because I had jumped into YouTube all the way back last May. After all of that, I finally started making some money so I could invest in myself again. So the first week, like the same day I got the money, I was in Buffalo already. I was in Buffalo, went to the studio. That was like 3-4 days in Buffalo, and yeah, that's where this comes out of.
Yeah. So you dropped out of college. Like, what kind of decision was? Like, I know that had to be a tough one, or was it a tough one?
It wasn't a tough decision because like the semester before I dropped out of college, I had already dropped out of college. Like I was just paying money. Like I wasn't involved. I wasn't going to class. I had stopped all of that. Like it just, I was like, everything I'm learning here. I had this crazy story. Like I had a conversation with my friends about like getting a CDL license and becoming a trucker, because they made $55,000 a year, and I thought the job I was gonna get out of college was gonna make me 40. So I'm like, I might as well drop out now and go get the money. So yeah, that's basically how that was way back, man.
So like, how did your parents take that when you decided?
Oh, that's tough. I got West Indian parents. That's all they know is education, get a job, work, and then that's basically how you make it. So yeah, that was hard, but I just had to stand on it.
Cause I know you, like growing up in high school, you were a super smart kid, like, you know, it's like honor roll. So I knew education is not the problem for you.
Yeah, it wasn't about.
I know that wasn't
work.
I know that wasn't work. Wasn't a problem. It had to be something deeper, and where you just wasn't feeling it. So
I wasn't connecting. I wasn't connecting.
So how was this project? How creating this project different from your first two? Because you said you were in a different headspace, so how was that creative process for you?
Alright, so my first project creative process was like, I don't feel like I told my full truth. I told like the positive light of my truth, because I was like, my first project, I'm like, if my parents hear my first project, it's my first time doing music, I want them to listen to my project and be proud as a parent. Like, okay, my son, okay, this, I can agree with this music, especially with me dropping out of college. So I'm like, it's touchy. I don't want to be too like why I'm so like this or like that on the first project. So it wasn't too deep, but it was positive, and still like deep. It was a big message. So I've really made the decision to make my first project like that. So I felt like that's why I was in the free space. Then my second project comes from like me just recording, and then making a choice to make a project after having all these songs and people telling me to pull it out, but also it wasn't as planned. It was like, you have 40 songs, let's pick the best 14.
The second one had the most tracks on it you put together.
Yeah, that was 14, but it was like, I was recording so much during that time because I had work. I was recording every day. So I had so much music, I'm like, all right, let's take the best 14 that we like and put it out. And I like made that decision. But this one was the first one that came off of like real like frustration to get back to rapping. Like before it was like the first time I was like jumping into something new. The second time I'm like working hard, but this is like, yo, I miss this so bad. You feel me? So it was really like different. Like my energy was different. And then I never stopped working. So my pen game, by this time I was just like even more confident. I've been doing all those studios in my garage and them little freestyles in my garage. I'm like, oh yeah, when it getting.
Yeah, that's when I knew like you kind of had, because I can tell you kind of took a little break from the music, but then we started putting out those freestyles. I remember I hit you up, like I totally forgot. I hit you up like, yo, you kind of wilding on the freestyle. And you were just like, yeah. So then when I knew, when this came out, like I knew, I was like, yeah, he's gonna kill that. And then it told, like what I appreciated about this project, like it told a story that people like where we come from can agree to. Like we're not all the way in the streets, but we have a foot there, you know what I'm saying? And we don't have a totally rough life, but it's still a different, you know, set of struggles that we do have, right? And that our parents sometimes might not be privy to because, you know, you know how it is. But I thought that was dope. Like prime example, Gangsta, hard. Like I truly felt that, because I'm like, yo, this is my story too, you know what I'm saying? And you wasn't talking about Gangsta in a,
it was a totally way
into it. You totally flipped it and you created your own narrative of what that was supposed to be. I thought that was dope.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm like the voice of the middle in a lot of ways. I feel like I'm like the rapper that it hasn't been represented on a major level, like other than through like Kendrick or like J. Cole, but because of like how they are artist wise, like they're more quiet and hidden away, so you don't really get to connect with them or touch them as people. So I feel like I'm just the voice of the middle, like the like a lot of people relate with the kid that I am and was, and like the life that I lived. Like everybody wasn't in the street, and that's what the music would make you believe, you feel me? So,
and that's dope, because like, and what is one of the things like UrbanX, like it's the total urban experience, and his urban experience is not, you know, the typical cliche rapper, like my teacher told me I was stupid in school. Like it's not like that. He did his thing in school. You know what I'm saying? And then he just felt like this wasn't for him, and he also had, you know, experiences that I appreciated. I definitely appreciated it.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
So you want to explain the title, Forever Free? Like what does that mean?
All right, so Forever Free came from basically YouTube. So when YouTube is me, Clarence, and Queen, that's our little unit. But when we had all started getting hot, they were out of jobs. They already had enough money to like not have a job, but me, I was working. Right. So I had created a whole theme behind it. Like that was January. When February came, I'm like, I'm gonna make it like my name is like Patty because of my hair. My hair on top, they call it the Patty. So that's what like the Patty. So I had hashtag Free Patty February, and the concept behind that was to free me from the 9-to-5 life. So that whole month, I'm like, I'm uploading extra, working, like making videos on why like 9-to-5 life wasn't for me, why I don't understand it. So basically by the end of that month, they were able to free me, and I didn't have to go back to working 9-to-5. So then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take that same concept, because I know that my fan base already connects with it, and the goal is to never go back to having a 9-to-5. So I was like, forever free. So basically it's like forever free from like the struggle and the old life that I just came from.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
So you've been to college, right? So how did college shape your content, what you rap about? Or did it even shape it?
Nah, college, I feel like up into high school, like I was able to like hide behind like my parents, I guess. And like I didn't have everything because they not like the spoiling parents, but I like had everything. Like I was happy. My bills were paid. I had a place to sleep every night. Like I can't complain in that part. But like moving forward, when I like got to Buffalo, like in college, that was the first time I was on my own. Like I'm paying my own bills. I'm like, I had got like this pride thing. Like I felt like this pride thing. Like I feel like all men go through. You like, yo, I'm not paying. Like I'm not asking my parents for nothing. So when I made that decision, it's like I'm gonna struggle, take my L's, take my losses, and that's just when I saw a different side of life. Like, yo, it could be hard out here. You feel me? You did have it. You are blessed that you had parents, and like it started. My perspective is just everything came in like those 7 years in Buffalo, because I really was in Buffalo for like a quarter of my life, really.
Wow. So
no, third.
I wanted to know how, like, this. Anytime I talk to like an artist, I wanted to know like how you pick which producers to work with for a specific track, or was it just like the beat itself, or were you looking for a specific sound?
Well, Jaquan, you know Jaquan, Boise, he produced,
Shout out.
My boy, shout out Boise.
Shout out Boise.
My God, Boise. He produced Free Crack and FEEEL. And yeah, and he just like, it just really, it's like, Jaquan is one of the few people, like when I jumped into rapping, I just from knowing him and how much he was into the music in high school, I like valued his opinion, and then it just became into like he actually showed me he cares about my music just in general. Like he cares about me being a good artist and the best artist I could be. So that it's just like a relationship that we strongly built. And then for the rest of the project, the Bitch Back record, actually I recorded that 2 years ago.
Okay.
Because I was gonna put it out on Valentine's Day 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna put it out, but then like I always had a problem with like the B word. I'm like, I don't know how they're gonna take to that. But like all my friends would be like, nah, like like the way you're using it is like how people feel about their lady. Like it's dead, like that's their lady. You feel me? So I'm like, okay. So after 2 years, I'm like, yo, I'm finally gonna put it out, because so many people had heard it and liked it. So I'm like, I'm finally gonna put it out, see what everybody thinks. And then the last two is like a producer I like as well, Rob Kelly. Gangsta and Rule the World is Rob Kelly. It's another producer that
I felt those.
I like. Dope. Yeah. But I just like the different production style. Like I like the fact that my sound is a little unique.
So, how has YouTube helped get your music to more ears? Because like your personal channel, like it's your subscriber count is ill, and I know a lot of new artists starting out, they have a problem building an audience, but you have one already. Like, so you kind of worked backwards to take 2 steps forward. You know what I'm saying? So like, how does that help?
So basically, the whole reason why I started YouTube was Gary Vee was doing this interview. He's talking about a guy who wants to be a sports analyst, and he's like, if you want to be a sports analyst, every day you should be on Twitter tweeting about sports. Your opinion should be all over Twitter every day. And he was like, you have to put yourself in the conversation of the things you want to be in. So like, as you know, when I started my YouTube channel, it was all music reactions. And that was why I'm like, okay, I want to be in the music conversation, so I'm going to react to people's music every day. The people that subscribe to me are going to be fans of music. So then eventually I'll convert them into my fans. So that was my game plan from the beginning. So over time, I'm like doing that, and I was killing myself. But I'm just like, yo, I gotta figure something out, because like I got to like 40,000 subs, but like my fan base was so international, and I was just like,
Polish.
My fan base is just all over the place. So I'm like, yo, I'm not hitting my direct target audience. So I'm thinking like, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make money other places and come to the US, because I know a lot of artists start international, come back. So I even was thinking that way. But then like Clarence had wanted to hop into YouTube, and he didn't know nothing about it, and just by me being so prepared, like from doing it for so long, he was like, yo bro, let's do the YouTube together. He had the Instagram following that he brought to the YouTube, and then from there it just goes up.
That's dope.
And then that fan page would be used.
So what I wanted to know, because I've known you since we were freshmen in high school, right? I wanted to know like when, because I didn't know you as a rapper in high school. I wanted to know when you picked up the pen originally, or like, because like when I first seen you had a project, I was like, wait, what? Like, and then I heard it, I was like, yo, he's nice. So why wasn't he rapping in high school? I I don't remember you rapping in high school.
I think in high school I was more like, in high school I would like write little stuff and like say like little bars to like some, I I feel like specifically like freestyling at the lunch table, I would say little stuff. They'd be like, yo bro, you could be a ghostwriter, you feel me? And I felt like back then I didn't have a rap image. I was like little Jared, like I'm smaller than everybody in high school, so it was just like a lot of other opinions were like influencing how I thought about myself in terms of that. But then like once I went away to college, I really broke away and really like became me. You feel me? Like I'm like I could do whatever I want. Like all the opinions of people and all that was gone. I didn't care about nobody's opinion no more once I went to college and was like on my dolo. And then I was like, yeah, but when I picked up the pen for real, I would say like I started in high school, but like for real, like sophomore year of high school, I wrote a sophomore year of college. I wrote some trash. Like, but I listened to it like back, and it was some trash. But in that moment, I was telling people it was hard, so I always like believed. But like, it was sophomore year of college when I first sat down and like really wrote something for real. Like sophomore year of college, first time.
How was like? Because I saw like you used to send us like videos of you performing in college. Like how was that? Because I always like. I admire a lot of people's bravery because college campuses can be ruthless. Like, you know what I'm saying? So how was that?
Like I feel like that's my like little gift because I've always been like getting light or like never been shy and like dancing and like being myself in front of people. So I felt like I feel like that's like even my avenue to becoming a bigger artist is like me performing, because I feel like you connect with the music more seeing me perform it live. So I've always been pretty comfortable with that. Like that don't really scare me. I like being in front of people.
So how long did this project as a collective, how long did it take?
Bro, like 3 sessions, maybe like 10 hours. Like
you was locked in.
Like 3-hour session, 3-4 sessions, man.
Damn.
Yeah, but I hadn't been in the studio in so long, so once I could, I was like kid in the candy store. So I was, but that really was like.
So do you have any plans of putting together like a real full-length project anytime soon? Because hip hop fans are they greedy. You know what I'm saying? Like you get a taste. You gave them five tracks, and then they're like, all right, what's next? Even though I feel like those can stand for a little while, but especially YouTube fan, like they want to know like, all right, what's next? What you got for us now?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep working. My plan is to like keep it small in a way. Keep my next couple of projects like EPs and small, so you listen all the way through before I force you to like go like 15 songs deep. And really, I want to like make you trust me, like believe in me as like an artist before I give you the full length. But yeah, I'm definitely. There's gonna be a lot more projects this year. Like,
solo, or like you're gonna be looking to work with other people, like features on things like that. Cause you say you work like team with Queen, things like that. She sings, so
yeah, me and Queen definitely gonna do some music together. I don't know, maybe like songs together, but I don't know about a full project because I really want to establish like myself as like like you could look to me before I like take features from everywhere. Like Queen, granted we on the same team, so that's something different, but like taking features from everywhere, I don't really want the beginning of my story tied to nothing else. You feel me? I just want it to be like it was that project that kept you addicted.
So what artists, big time or independent, like what artists do you check for like when when they put something out, you're like, I gotta listen to that?
I look at artists for a lot of different things. So like on a music level like that, it was like J. Cole. Like J. Cole is my number one. I don't really think nobody's messing with J. Cole. But I also have that fandom for like Drake as well, and like a lot of the top 4, like Meek Mill, Big Sean. That would be like the top 4. But then in terms of like business and stuff like that, like I watch like people you wouldn't expect, like Rich the Kid and like 6ix9ine and like 6ix9ine, how he's been able to leverage attention in the like album sales is crazy. Rich the Kid, how he's like he has 2 artists, but he's an artist at the same time.
Right.
So he has a whole label under him, but they're all like at the same level musically in terms of like what they've done. So like different thing. I watch the whole game for real, from every angle.
So like, what is your, you know, end goal? Like, what do you see yourself, you know, this summer to the next 5 years? It doesn't have to be end goal, but you know.
I want to be in the top 4.
Like,
I want to be in the top 4. Like I want to be like in that big conversation. Like I don't want to be like, oh, he was high. I want you to be like, yo, who's top 5 right now? Like Mod. Like yeah, Mod got to be in my top 5. Like I want to be in that conversation. So I know that's a little harder, but yeah, that's where I want to be in the end. Or even in 5 years, I want to be somewhere near that conversation.
Dope. So where can you be reached, and where can people, you know, pick, like where can people listen to Forever Free?
All right, so Forever Free is out now on all streaming platforms, all mixtapes. There's been all the free ones too. My mixtape, Spinrilla. You can follow me on the gram at ModdaGod. My YouTube is ModdaGod TV. Yeah, Twitter ModdaGod. That's pretty much it. Yeah, that's all that. Yeah.
So this is Malcolm here with another dope individual,
Definitely.
UrbanX TV. Don't forget to
Thank you for having me.
No problem, bro. Thanks for coming. I appreciate
no
this,
problem,
man.
bro. Definitely. Thanks for having me.
With that said, peace.